Hey, everybody, welcome to the Spark. Hope you're doing fantastic on today and everything is moving in the right direction for you. Hope that you're up and getting after it on this fine morning when we rolled the clocks back last night. So, gave you, brightness a little bit earlier on today. And so I hope you're super excited as I am about everything that life has for us, what we're doing, where we're going, how we're growing, how we're developing. Man, this is a great time to be alive. I mean, if you really think about it, you are living your best life right now. Here's the great thing about that is that if you feel as though you're not living your best life, you can change it. What do I mean by that? Remember, you are the architect of your life. You get to design, build, and live the life. So you might as well do it the way that you feel you need to do it in order for you to have your best days here on this earth. I am super excited that you have chosen to join me on today as I share some more revelation, if you will, some more great stuff that'll help you tremendously. So if you haven't shouted yourselves out, which I know most people, they jump right on and they do that, I thank you for that. But if you haven't, go ahead and do so right now. Please tag somebody, let them know, share this, because I think that what we have for you on today, once again, is going to help you tremendously. I believe that every time we get on here and we share something and we open up something and we provide you with something, I believe it takes you to another level, another height. And I want you to share that with other people so that in order that we could just continue to move forward in what we're doing and gain more momentum and more people coming into a realization that they are the architect of their life, that they actually get to design, build, and live their life. Please do that for me. Today, I want to talk to you about set a vision for your life. I'm going to say it again. Set a vision for your life. Not just a goal or not just goals. Set a vision. Now, I'm not against goals. Before we even go any further, I'm not against you having goals. I'm not against setting goals. I'm not against any of that. But I believe I'm going to share something with you on today that's going to help you tremendously, that it will take you to another level of understanding what I mean by setting a vision for your life. Excuse me. If you will set a vision for your life, I think that you're going to be really just blown away by how effective that can be. Most people just set goals for their life, and there's nothing wrong with that, as I said before. But I'm encouraging you on today to not only set goals, but to set a vision. Now, immediately the thought comes to mind, what's the difference, David? Vision, goal, what's the difference? Well, there's quite a big difference, okay? A goal is something that you aim for or desired. It's a desired result. Now, the difference there is a vision is the ability to think about or plan the future using your imagination. So the big difference there is that with a vision, all right, you can see something. And I'll show you why that is so important here, because this is what I believe. I believe that our lives come down to four parts to the whole of life, if you will. Four particular parts. And I just want you to go with me here. This is my belief. You don't have to adopt it. I think that if you listen to me, though, I think you will see the truth in what I'm saying. All right. I believe that there's four key parts to our life that, lend to the whole part of our life. Number one, I believe that life comes down to your beliefs. All right. So beliefs really just means what your trust is in, what your faith is in, what your confidence is in. And this is what I understand. I believe above anything else that your belief, our beliefs, is the number one thing. Why? Because our beliefs tell us what we believe is possible. It tells us what we believe is impossible. Our beliefs tell us what we can or cannot do. Whatever you believe, that's what you base the whole of your life on. And so, I've often told people, if you don't like the way something is going, start working on your beliefs. Get a different belief and your life will be different. There's no two ways about it. But that is the central, key focus part, if we can start with beliefs. Now, the second part of it is what I've been talking about, vision. Vision is the future through your imagination. What does the future look like for you? Where are you going? Where are you headed? All right. So with goals, it's been proven you need motivation. So when you set a goal, you need something to drive it. You need some motivation. But with vision, it's been proven that vision pulls you towards it. Why? Because you can see it. You can. Oh, how do I say this in such a way that you get it? All right, here we go. If you have a vision for something, you see the end result. All right, and you're going for it. So the two parts so far is your beliefs and then the vision. But here's the third part. Third part is purpose. And purpose only says this right here. Why does something exist? What's your why? Now, this is a key thing. Knowing your purpose leads to, not knowing your purpose leads to misuse and abuse. What do I mean by that? Let me see if I can paint an example for you. All right, let's say, for instance, and maybe you've done this, maybe you haven't, but I have. If you've ever tried to use a butter knife for a screwdriver, you will understand something. You take the butter knife and you say, okay, it's about the right fit for the screwdriver, so I can get the screw screwed in using it because I don't have the proper tool, which is a screwdriver. A butter knife looks like a screwdriver, or parts of it does anyway. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use this butter knife for a screwdriver. So I ask you this question right here. What is the purpose of a butter knife? Well, the purpose of a butter knife is to spread butter or peanut butter, something on bread, toast, whatever the case may be. But if I'm using that butter knife as a screwdriver, I am now misusing the butter knife. And also what I'm doing, if I'm not careful, I will abuse the butter knife. Have you ever seen a butter knife when you're trying to put a screw in and that screw doesn't want to go in as hard? I mean, you chew up the end of it, it's all rough and everything, and you could damage even the screw head trying to screw it in that way, because that is not designed for a butter knife. So I said that when you don't understand the purpose of something, or maybe you even do understand the purpose of it, but you don't use it for its intended purpose, then you can create misuse and abuse. So my question is, what about your life? Do you know your purpose? Do you know your why? Live your purpose and be pulled by the vision. All right. So now we're getting somewhere. And then the fourth part of it, I believe, is it makes life as a whole, is your strategy. What is that? Your strategy is nothing more than your plan of action to achieve. When you have faith, a vision, and a purpose, I've discovered that strategy comes to you a whole lot easily. See, a lot of people are living their life from a point of just reacting to circumstances. Something comes up and they react to it. And so what I've discovered is that vision eliminates that, because you see where you're going, and the circumstances that may arise, there's just something to be overcome. Let me see if I can give you a great example of that. If you go out and, let's say, for instance, you go out and you see the mountaintop. I've done this before. You go out to the Blue Ridge Mountains out in the what they call the foothills of North Carolina, and you can see the mountaintop. You can see it, and you want to go to the mountaintop. Let's just say you want to go there. And so that is the vision, is to get to the mountaintop. Now, as you're climbing the mountain, going to the mountaintop, you're going to meet up with all kinds of circumstances. You're going to meet some rough road. You're going to meet some smooth road. You're going to see some steep road. All of this, you may bump into brush, to trees, to certain animals. All of these different situations and circumstances are in your way. But the vision says that I'm going to the mountaintop. And if I keep that vision before me, it draws me, because that's where I'm going. If I just have a goal with no vision, here's the thing about it. I can be cut off. I can be derailed. I can be sent another direction. I understand this right here. When you have no vision, you get cut off from where you want to go. So this is what my recommendation is to you. My recommendation is that you get your vision, that you write it, Write it out. Yes, that's right. Put it on paper with much clarity that you can. And then you begin to walk your vision out. Because I understand this right here. And one of my mentors taught me this a long time ago. And I always go back to it. You get more on your way than when you first start. If you will set a vision for your life and not just a goal, you will always have that vision before you. You have your belief, you have your purpose, and the strategy begins to come. One of the reasons that I am encouraging you on today to set a vision for your life and not just, a goal is to understand that if you can see it, you can achieve it. Oh, yes, you can. And I always say this, if you will hold it in your hand, in your head, it won't be very long before you will be holding it in your hand. The vision draws you. The vision pulls you. The vision is what causes you to get out of bed in the morning, raring to go, ready to get after it. If you're just operating from the standpoint of okay, I'm just operating from, oh, I got to get this done, we ain't going to get very far. But if we start operating from vision, that keeping that vision before us, it's going to pull us. We're going to run with it. And guess what? We will see it come to pass. I got to tell you, set a vision for your life, not just goals. Go out there and get the vision, see it, write it down, make it as plain as you can, be specific about it, and then take a hold of it and start running with it. If you would do that, your life will get tremendously better, and you're always going to have something that's going to pull you, and you won't have to be looking for some superficial motivation. You'll have something that'll draw you and pull you to seeing the end results. I hope this has helped you on today. If it has, do me a favor, share this with somebody, because people need to hear it. And also people need to, walk in this. And if you'll do that for me, I most certainly do appreciate it. And listen to this right here. You are the architect of your life, and I believe in you. I'll see you on next week. You have a great one. Bye.